Hello everyone, this is the Panda Photographer. I'm still in New York City and I want to talk about and recap some things that I have seen, some things I was disappointed at Photo Expo 2018 in New York City over the weekend. So I'm going to wait till a few of you guys jump into this live stream, and I want to go recap and talk about certain things that I want to actually discuss. And some of you guys might be surprised, and I'm going to talk about something special for you Sony shooters out there. So with that said, I'm going to wait a little bit. You guys enjoy the music. I am actually using the newer NW8100 Super Cardio condenser microphone with the HN4 Pro. I hope the audio sounds good. I'm hearing some interference on my end on my headphones. It might just be my headphones, because when I plug my headphones out and disable the H4n Pro, plug the headphones back into the laptop, the audio was clean. So I might be getting a static of some sort. But with that said, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like, share, and if you want to support this channel, please do support the channel. There's a PayPal link down in the descriptions below. It really does help me out, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to show you some stuff. I want to show you some scenes from the floor room of Photo Expo. So let's get into welcome to Photo Expo. Good to see you. New York, 2018. A lot of people were asking about, wow, man, you're a walking studio. That's just madness. You carry on.
Security check. All things, security check.
Standing poses.
No, we don't.
A whole bunch of different things.
I wish more people out there that are non-clients and clients like would respect the idea that as photographers, we go through a issue with people want free photos all the time but don't want to pay for service. And I believe that people should pay for the service. And let me explain why people should pay for the service, right? As a photographer, people think, oh, you their friend, it's okay for you to shoot for them for free, but people don't realize that we as photographers and videographers pay more taxes than normal average human being. We pay 38% more taxes, right? We spend tons of software. We spend tons. Sorry, wasn't paying attention.
It's a full course of posting. How you doing?
We spend tons of money on software. We spend tons of money on gear. And people expect to do this work for free. I'm saying this because at PhotoPlus, people are asking me about how you deal with a client that is not reasonable and negotiable. And I say, listen, this is why you need to sign
So we at PhotoPlus?
Get rid of those folks.
Oops.
Get the contract.
Photo Expo. Right now I'm looking for the timeline.
Get the contract. Let them sign it. If they break the contract, then make sure that you get a non-container fee first. And if they break it, then it's refundable. So, I just say, everyone, just make sure that you pay attention to the law. But I want to talk about PhotoPlus really quickly. So, thank you, Pateron, for fixing the SP90mm F2.8. And Pateron said they're not quite sure, but hopefully they will get some A-mount lenses maybe in the future for A-mount shooters. So yes, A-mount shooters, I'm looking out for you, because as an A-mount shooter, it's important that I share my experience with you and who I talked to on the show floor. So, and then I went to Sigma, And I was kind of disappointed about the fact that like the 56mm was actually in a case. It was not touchable. It was not for use. It was just for display. And I was looking forward into playing around with it and seeing the optics, but you know, I think us photographers, we can wait because Sigma always comes up with something really amazing, something really good from the past where they used to have cheap bodies. Now they have very excellent optics and very good bodies. But I do want to share that I was at Photokina and I got my pass and I was pretty good. And I was in the facility just hanging around looking at some stuff. I saw this Chinese manufacturer called LVG. It's a tripod manufacturer. They had some carbon fiber tripods and had some aluminum, but they did not have what I was looking for. A versatile tripod with a ball head with a Swiss compatible plate, and they didn't have it. So maybe that's due to a license issue. So yeah, that might just due to the license issue. But yep, just at Photokina, and I want to actually go in here and show you guys something very special. Alright guys, so Trimix, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, I do apologize, team. All the way from South Korea, they told me that by 2019 they should have E-mount lenses for Sony E-mount. Now, I spoke to them also doing Facebook conversation, and we had to inform them that A-mount and E-mount were not the same mount, that it's a totally different mount system, and they were not quite aware. They thought it was the exact same. I said no, A-mount, E-mount are totally different, same. They work differently, so you may want to consider just, you know, thinking about licensing both A-mount and E-mount. But I'm really looking for 11 f4 lens like this one, or the 15 2.4, which is nice, very wide. I really want that for A-mount, but that is also going to be coming for E-mount as well. The 11, the 15, and the 150 f2.8 will be coming out for E-mount. For you Sony shooters, I looked out for you, so don't worry about it. I'm not a fanboy of Sony because I like to shoot with a lot of other gear that, you know, suits my needs. But for you A-mount shooters, I did ask the same question, and they are going to work on it. There's no guarantee. And I feel like Sony has disappointed the A-mount community because there are A-mount shooters. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Sony, I'm going to stick it into your butthole. Why are you presenting A-mount glasses on the show floor when you're not presenting any A-mount bodies on the show floor? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. No A-mount bodies, but you put all the E-mount bodies and put the A-mount lenses. I just didn't understand that. That was so confusing to me. I was not very happy with that. I felt like Sony doesn't care for the A-mount users at all, because A-mount are the real photographers. I'm not trying to pick a group or a side here, because A-mount made the way for E-mount, and I think Sony should start speaking up and start putting it into works on a new A-mount body. A99 Mark II was great, okay, was superb, and it was, I'm telling you, for a translucent mirror camera that had great ISO performance, shooting in 4K without the crop, I'm telling you that A-mount is a promising system. I've been using it along with Nikon and some Canon bodies when I was growing up. But what I'm so disappointed about is that, you know, it's important that we as photographers speak up for other photographers in this community. But when I was on the show floor, I also went to some the Sigma booth. I'm sorry. Also, I want to go back to the Sigma booth. I want to talk about how they knew exactly who I was, because on Instagram I always tag my long exposures and always use my Sigma 18 to 35. Right? They end up cleaning my lens. They even replace the the focus grip and the focal length grip to brand new ones. I didn't ask for that, but it was pretty dirty, but whoa. I looked at my lens, it was so clean. Wow. Thanks, Cinema, for doing that. And thank you, Tenron, for cleaning the SP. But they said that it's not fully clean because they see a lot of dust inside the element, and they didn't know, and they couldn't even figure out how the dust got all the way inside the element when this is actually supposed to be a dust-resistant body. And they were confused. So they cleaned the top element. It's cleaner than before, but they did say that I might have to still send it in. And I said, then if that was the case, I received pretty much a defective product from the start. And Tamron should have, and I think Tamron should have just replaced it on the show floor. But like I said, no one carries A-mount glass on show floors other than Sony, but they don't carry A-mount bodies on the show floor. I'm so confused by that. I'm so disappointed. This is why I want to not stick with Sony and just do what I normally do. Just switch bodies over time. Because to me, I feel like that's a better concept for me to learning all the cameras that are working today for us in this society. Oh my god, I'm so tired from the weekend. Holy crap. Guys, my body is so sore. I'm in the library and I'm just trying to give you guys content that matters the most. But yes, Trimax is making lenses. Sigma is coming up to 56. The 56 that was shielded by armed forces, Japanese defense force, the U.S. military, with a little bit of a Red Command Army from Brazil. That's how well protected Sigma protected the 56mm from everyone. No one was able to take it out. No one was able to actually test it. It was like, okay, then what the fuck did you bring it here for? I don't know, but I'm really happy for Sigma, and I want to be on the Sigma team. I like Sigma's art glass, so Sigma, if you hear me, I do want to be on your team because I love your glass. Your glass is great, but you got to stop teasing. Stop the teasing with the 56. But other than that, so a few people. I saw the Watsons there. I saw even Jason Vong for a split second. I saw Fernando, blah, blah, blah. I saw a couple other people. I saw other photographers that knew who I was through Instagram. Not even YouTube, Instagram. Because I got more followers on Instagram. Okay, I got almost 2,000 followers on Instagram. Check this out. A couple from Florida, they do weddings, just asked me, how can you just walk around with all that gear? And I was like, it takes dedication, it takes motivation, and it takes willpower. If you want to survive, and I'm a survivor, if you want to get your grind on, get your grind on. But best thing is to do is when you travel with a lot of stuff, I always have TSA locks or some type of locking mechanism on my devices or cases or bags. So other than that, I'm just pretty pleased with the results. But what I'm not very pleased with is the fact that, you know, some people, I pay attention to a lot of detail, right? As a photographer, people go to these events and they show off like they the top shit. Listen, photographers, pro, amateur, beginner, we all the same. We are no different from no one else. What makes you think you're better than me because you're on? I'm just pointing Sony for instance because a lot of you guys want to be on the Sony Collective, and I find it very not worth it, to be honest. I'm sorry, Sony. I'm not saying it's to bash you or anything like that. I just don't have time for that. I'd rather be an independent reviewer and an independent photographer than a sellout or be told what to say. Or, mind you, this is key. People just want to say good things and won't say the bad things because they don't want to upset Sony because they want to be on Sony. That is what we call fake reviews or a fake photographer, not being honest. I'm just saying, being honest is the best policy. And I think everyone knows that when you do anything in photography, like, for instance, Recently, Saturday, right after Photo Expo, I went to a Halloween party. It was so packed. Let me tell you, my Godox V860 Mark II overheated and didn't want to work in TTL, but it worked in high-speed sync. So I had to switch modes from TTL to high-speed sync in order to get my shots. Lucky for me, I had extra speed lights surrounding me, so in slave mode, so it was bouncing off using the optical sensor. But keep in mind, as a photographer, guys, my clients didn't want to pay me. They still don't want to pay me. You know why? Because they think that photography should be free. I'm like, what? Like, you signed something and you are telling me now that's too much? I'm only charging you half of what I should be charging you. Guys, when you do a concert or a party event or a show event or a birthday party / Halloween Freak Fest party, it's $150 an hour for coverage. I did a 7-hour shoot. You do the math. How much is that? $10.50, right? I cut it down to 50%, and they still don't want to pay. So I decided to tell them, then you're going to have a phone call, and they got a phone call from Yuki, my ex-wife Yuki. And I don't know what she told him, but they said they are trying to make a payment. Yuki's a boss. And I loved Yuki, even though we are not together anymore. She's still my best friend, but when it comes down to any situations in the States, when it comes down to financial problems, I would tell Yuki, or I tell a counselor, I told someone that can deal with these situations. Because once someone tells me no, okay, I'll walk away, I'll come back, hey, I have a lawyer, then I'm summoning you into court. That's simple as that. I've done it before, and you guys should do it too. Don't let people out there intimidate you and tell you you should work for free. I can help you. They always gas your head out with bullshit nonsense about, oh, it can help your portfolio, blah, blah, blah. And you fall right into the trick of it. Why do you guys fall into the trick of these people saying they can promise you something? You have to see it to believe it. What I mean by that is you have to actually go out there and see for yourself, is he actually doing all this? If he's not, then you know not, or he or she, let him go. There's a billion more people in the world. Losing one friend or one client is not the end of the world. And that's why I just step forward. I just move on. People bullshit me, I'm just going to move on. Yeah, I have hard times doing what I have to do as a travel photographer. But I'm learning something. I'm learning faster than any other photographer is learning. Because I'm learning how to deal with people in the real world in all spectrums of life. Doesn't matter in New York City, London, Paris, Japan, Korea, Thailand, Taiwanese, even Singapore. When I got kicked out of Singapore for chewing gum, I was like, it's not chewing gum, it's baking soda gum for my teeth. It's a Japanese gum, and I got kicked out for it because they pretend it was fluoride. But they also was picking on me because of the camera gear and the drones. There's a lot of things you guys need to worry about as a photographer. You want to get into drones, the new FAA laws are starting to kick in, because I'm telling you now, 336 is going to be, no, they're going to target hobbyists, and you hobbyists are going to get screwed over. Just saying that. You guys got to pay attention to what is out there. If you're a photographer, you should be waking up every morning, reading articles after articles, or taking the time throughout the day reading articles or watching content and giving feedback and giving back feedback to that content creator. But as the Panda photographer, I travel, and I tell you this, going to PhotoPlus and meeting all the photographers and meeting new photographers and exchanging my information with them. And actually, let me tell you, some of the Sony crew that filmed for Sony came to my party. Believe it or not, I have photos of it. Came to the party, said, "Hey, Panda, what's up?" They was at the party. Yes, some of you guys that were helping Sony film and direct, you guys were at the secret loft party in Brooklyn. And you guys know you guys were there. So thank you for coming by that party. And yes, it was a little hot I know there was like 300 people in there. It's sweaty as shit, but it was fun. There was drinks, there was food, birthday cakes, nonstop party. There were some activities I won't say on podcasts, but it was fun. But if you guys want to support this channel, I have a PayPal link down in the description below. I really do hope that you guys support what I do as a travel photographer. And I don't do super chats. If I do super chats, it's up to you guys. But super chat is, to me, high robbery. 30%. Come on, really? And I just talk about what YouTube is doing to the super chats. So if you were to swear in the message as you were giving me a super chat, YouTube would take that donation and give it to charity and says, oh, we're not going to inform you what we did with that donation. We're going to just pretend that we send it. Well, as I said, guys, I don't want to hold you up too long, but I really wanted to discuss some of the things that were bothering me as a photographer and some of the things that were kind of disappointed to see, and, you know, like going to Photokina and seeing the cockiness from photographers. Like, you say hello, what's up, man? Love your work, and then just keep walking. That is disrespectful. When someone says, it's
Welcome
not
to
calling your name
Photo
out as
Expo,
disrespectful.
New York,
They see someone they
2018.
actually not truly admire, but truly respect as a human being. You should have the courage in a human being structure to turn around and shake my hand or give me a hug and say, how are you doing? What do you do?
No, we don't.
I'm going to say, hey, thank you. Oh, I recognize you. Yeah. And have a conversation. Why? Why are you amateurs and now pro photographers that are now sponsored not want to shake a hand with a fellow photographer or a fan? I just don't get that. I saw that whole process through Photo Expo. People being discreet, people didn't want to talk, people act like they didn't want to shake hands. I'm like, okay. I feel really like the foundation of photography should be better than that. It shouldn't be about, I'm too better than you. I don't know who this person is. This person is kind of like, It shouldn't be like that. But people do it all the time. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to let you guys know that Photokina was overall Photo Expo. Photo Expo was pretty amazing. There was no announcements whatsoever, just new products and some products that probably were at Photokina. But Photo Expo was full, and I mean full, of Chinese manufacturers trying to give off their products and tripods. But one manufacturer kind of like gave me like this stink eye, which is LVG. I was asking a question about a Swiss compatible
Welcome
plates.
to
He said,
Photo
no, I said,
Expo,
is it about license?
New York,
And I said,
2018.
yeah, and I was like picking one up and picking up my Manfrotto and just comparing it. And you know what? I was like, my Manfrotto just seems a little bit more robust. You know, I had it for like 3 years now. It just feels more robust because you can't compare it already. I said I can't do that because I'm a photographer. I've been shooting a long time. I landscape. Yes, that tripod might be good. It might come with the ball head, but it doesn't come with a Swiss art plate, and that's important to photographers. And I told them you might want to think about that. But with that said, this was the security booth, by the way. You had to go get your bags checked. And that was like really tough for me because the guy was like, whoa, you're a walking studio, dude. Whoa, you're a walking studio. What's going on here, man? But with that said, I hope the audio was great. I hope the audio was good. I hope you guys had a... This is my first time trying to do something like this on OBS with the videos that I just recorded.
Welcome to
So give me
Photo
some time
Expo,
to get used to OBS.
New York,
OBS is not set
2018.
up right now. There is a bug with OBS 22.0.2, 64-bit version. I noticed it. I reported it. That it doesn't work with Microsoft Word. So I wanted to show you some contrast because you guys know Honey Saber from Sony from Australia, which shoots for Samyang, will tell you that the contracts that I write are legit. Okay, it tells you everything about the law, about who's in charge, who has the full rights to your photo, and that is you, the photographer. Never give out your raw image. Never give out your raw image. No quality. That can bite you in the ass. But with that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Please do support the channel. Please do like and share the content. And if you do like the content, let me know down in the comments down below. But with that said, eat, sleep, photography, videography, audiophile, gaming, travel, and repeat. And I will see you guys in the next video. You guys take care. Happy shooting.